welcome to Spartan Field on the campus of Mountain View High School, where today it'll be the Menlo Knights taking on the Mountain View Spartans. The Spartans come in with a record of 1-0, the Menlo Knights with a record of 2-0. Hello again, everyone. Kevin Walker here with you, and a beautiful afternoon for football. The Knights have chosen to receive, and kicking off for Mountain View will be Michael Francisco, and Menlo having two men back. So Francisco ready to kick off, and we will be all ready to go. Mountain View ready, Francisco ready, and we are underway from Mountain View. High end over end kick's gonna drive Menlo all the way back and out of the end zone. What a powerful kickoff by Michael Francisco. They'll put the ball at the 20, and that is where the Knights will begin.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So the Spartans coming off a big win against Gunn last week. A blowout victory, and Menlo, they've handled their first two opponents in a good fashion as well. So both teams haven't played a close game yet so far this season. We'll see what happens in this one. So Menlo will come to the line. Dixon, their starting quarterback, under center. Sends the man in motion. Dixon trying to drop back. It's hit as he throws, and they call it an incomplete pass as he is nailed big time by Juwape Pela, who also plays defensive tackle and also is the starting tight end on the Mountain View offense and defense. So a big, big hit by Pela to start the contest. And so Dixon just lucky to get that ball off. So it's a second down at 10. Knights will break the huddle with a wide open offense, a single setback, three wide receivers to the near side. Now they send a man in motion. Dixon gonna hand off inside, and Mountain View able to stop the play. It's a big, big play for Mountain View.
Number 3, Leon Ivory.
Leon Ivory, the ball carrier.
Tackled by Mark Good, number 59.
So Ivory, the ball carrier, is a third down and 9 on a gain of 1.
Fisher on the assist, as well as Nico Lemak. Brings up 3rd and 8.
So another three wide receivers, two to the near side. Dixon under center. Dixon dropping back, has some pressure, throws the ball over the middle, and it is intercepted. Picked off coming down the left sideline. He's to the 10-5, touchdown Mountain View. Arthur Washington with the interception. So Dixon again trying to go over the middle. He overthrows his intended target. Washington picks up, and now they're going to say, as he tucks it in, again, a chance to see the replay coming up. And here you see it, and just a nice job by Washington taking it in for the score. So it will be Michael Francisco to attempt the extra point. Down, kick is up, and it is good. So the Mountain View defense putting an early score on the board with 11:06 to go in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Mountain View. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMVT. Back here at Mountain View High School, and the Spartans now, it's Michael Francisco ready to kick off, and his booming last kickoff went all the way into the end zone. So Mountain View ready to kick off with a 7-0 lead, and Francisco with a high end over end kick, and again another booming one, and it drives the Knights all the way back into the end zone. It'll be an automatic touchback. They'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line, and the Knights will come out for their second offensive series. Their first offensive series ended on 3 plays and an interception returned by Washington for the score. And the Knights now find themselves trailing 7-0 here early on. So Dixon now will lead his troops to the line of scrimmage. They send a man in motion. Now the Knights look really confused on offense. Now Dixon drops back to pass, gets some pressure, just flips the ball out to Ivy, and Ivy gets dragged down. Nice play by Mountain View, very alert.
Andrew Dixon's shovel pass complete to Leon Ivory.
As Kikoa Mooney and also Adam Yeffet in there on the stop for the Spartans.
Number 59, Mark Good. Play is good for about a 1-yard gain. On the 22-yard line. 2nd and 9.
So 10.5 minutes to go. 2nd down and 9. Only a 1-yard play on that little shovel pass by Dixon, but the Knights didn't look great on offense from the beginning. So Dixon again, and there's a jailbreak in the backfield as he gets hit as he's trying to hand the football off. And again, it's Jawape Pela, his 2nd play in the backfield so far this afternoon. And the Spartans playing inspired defense. They're not letting the Knights go anywhere. Another loss on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and 11, so a 2-yard loss and another 3rd and long. Knights try to throw a pass the last time, ended up being an interception. We'll see what the Knights choose to do on this drive. So really the defensive line of Mountain View is just doing a tremendous job getting nice penetration, not allowing the Knights to get any type of offensive flow going. Now Dixon's going to try this 3rd down out of the shotgun. He gets a pass away down the sideline, and it is almost caught over a couple of defenders' heads, but it is incomplete. Pass was intended for Hawkins.
Pass attempt to number 18, Ricky Hawkins.
So Ricky Hawkins
Sean James.
was the intended receiver. He had it for a moment and then lost it. So that's going to force a punt from the Knights. So Shane Bunos back to receive the punt for Mountain View, standing at just about his own 47-yard line.
11, Travis Boyce.
So Travis Boyce will be punting for the Knights. Get a good snap, gets the punt away. It's a short punt. It's going to bounce. It's going to take a night bounce. Bunos picks it up, breaks one tackle, now gets himself up the middle again to the 40, has some blockers in front to the 35, breaks a tackle at the 30, cuts up inside and drug down inside the 25-yard line. So a nice return by Shane Bunos sets up the Spartan offense with very good field position.
Returning that punt, Shane Bunos, all the way back to the 25-yard line.
So they will spot it at the 25-yard line where the Spartans will start on offense, 1st down and 10, and they will be led on the offense by Jeff Jalaba. And a chance to see the replay here is a chance to see Bunos getting himself a couple of extra yards, breaking a numerous tackles, and then coming straight through. So now they're coming to the line of scrimmage. Jabala now giving a handoff inside, and Hamilton has it, and he's dragged down by a couple of defenders. Boyce and O'Halloran in there for the Knights. So a 4-yard pickup. 2nd down and 7 for the Spartans. Hamilton and Hall in the backfield behind Jalaba. Jalaba back to pass now, gets some rush, throws the ball in the middle of the field, up for grabs, and Pela came away with the ball. An ill-advised pass, and Pela able to come up with the reception. And a chance to see the replay here is Jalaba was just kind of throwing the ball up for grabs, getting hit by a couple of different defenders, and Pela able to come up with the reception. So very close to the 1st down. It'll be a 3rd down and 3 as the Spartans come to the line. 2 setbacks are again Hamilton and Hall. Jalaba under center. Handoff inside. Hamilton now trying to bounce it to the outside. Gets dragged from behind. Ivory coming up with the tackle.
Number 20, Brandon Hamilton, the ball carrier brought down by
So now the Spartans very, very close. Hamilton just short, 4th down and 1, so they will go for it. This part of the field, you might as well. See if the Spartans try to pound Hamilton inside, or maybe they go with a little play action. We'll see what happens. Hamilton and Hall. Again, the two setbacks. Offset to the left. Jalaba sends a man in motion, gives it to Hamilton. Nice hole off right guard, has the first down and more as he gets close inside the 10-yard line. And it will be a first down for Mountain View. So nice job, Hamilton, running off the left side of the offensive line.
Good enough for a first down, brought down by number 6, Anthony Bouvier.
So it will be a first down and goal.
Ball placed on the 9-yard.
Ball is at the 9-yard line. Spartans trying to take advantage of an early, trying to get a big lead as they try to take advantage of some nice field position they had to start the contest. Jalaba again under center. Rolls out to his left, still rolling, throws toward the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. And bringing that ball in is Trevor Campbell. So another play, this time they roll Jalaba again to his left. Earlier on the drive, the Spartans tried that, and he got hit and had to throw a ball up for grabs to Pela. This time he found Campbell wide open in the corner of the end zone. You'll have a chance to see it here on the replay as they rolled Jalaba to his left, and he found Campbell wide open in the left side of the end zone for the touchdown. So Francisco again on to attempt the extra point. Snaps down. The hold is not good as the snap wasn't good as either, and poor blocking as the Knights come up and block the extra point. So with 6:57 to go in the opening quarter, the Spartans lead 13-0. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMVT.
Mountain View 13.
Unlike commercial or public TV stations, we at KMVT Community Television focus on Silicon Valley residents, organizations, and businesses. We televise to over 100,000 viewers in Santa Clara County, with syndication potential to more than 1 million in the greater San Francisco Bay Area. We at KMVT connect Silicon Valley communities, empower people, and affect change. Do you?
Continuing on here in the first quarter as the Spartans have a 13-0 lead as Michael Francisco will kick off. A very high kick, not as deep as his two other previous kickoffs in this quarter, and it's taken by the Knights up the middle of the field and then still running and then finally sliding down near the Spartan sideline is Bovair.
Number 6, Anthony Bouvier.
Check that, Bouvier, Anthony Bouvier coming back and
Brought it back to about the
nice return as he thought he got tackled, but he broke a couple of tackles. Gets some nice field position, so the Knights will start this drive at their own 30-yard line. It'll be a first down and 10. Believe it or not, this is the third possession, offensive possession for the Knights here in the first quarter. Still have 6:49 to go. They've had one left. They've had two consecutive 3-and-outs, one ending on an interception that got returned for a touchdown. So now Dixon under center, or now he's in the shotgun. He has a couple of receivers to his right, handoff inside on a draw play, and it's Ivy with it, and he gets drugged down by Nikolai Lamock. And a nice pickup. And we have a Knight down at about the 37-yard line, so we have an injury on the field. So it will be second down despite the far side yard marker having a fourth down up. And so we have an injury on the field. And so without knowing how long this is going to take, we're going to step away really quick. And when we come back, we'll hopefully have the injury taken off the field and be able to continue on with play. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMVT. back here at Mountain View, and a chance to see the injury of the Knight player was number 28, James Walker, and a chance to see, coming right in and rolling up his leg as Ivy was being tackled. He got rolled up on the back side of his legs, and that's not good. But he did walk under the field, so hopefully everything's okay with Walker. So play action resumes, and it's going to be Dixon in the shotgun again. This time he's going to roll to his right, throw toward the sideline, incomplete, a pass intended for Bouvier. But nice defense, nice coverage by the Spartans, and that'll bring up a third down. It will be 3rd down and 5.
Depending on the play, number 28, Shane Cooney brings up 3rd down and 5.
So they're going to spot the ball, 35-yard line. The Knights really haven't been able to do much on offense. The Mountain View defense playing very, very well to this point. So 4 wide receivers for Dixon at his disposal. 1 setback. Dixon going to drop back a quick step, and he tries to throw and gets a quick slot to Bouvier, who has a chance to outrun the entire Mountain View defense, and he does, all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. Wow, what a quick strike that was. Anthony Bouvier on a very, very quick strike. Dixon took about 2 steps and just fired the ball all the way down, as it is a 65-yard touchdown pass from Dixon to Bouvier, and just like that, the Knights are back in this ball game. And now after running 65 yards, he has to go ahead and kick the extra point, does Bouvier. So we'll see if any of that running took any of the wind out of his legs, and it doesn't look like it. His extra point is up and good. So the quick striking offense of the Knights, they've just been kind of lulling us to sleep, and all of a sudden they come through with a big play. So with 6:06 to go, we'll take a break. 13-7, the Spartans lead in an action-packed first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment here at KMVT. We are back here at Mountain View High School, Spartan Field, and an action-packed first quarter to this point. It's 13-7 in favor of the Spartans, as the Knights, who were down 13-0, just with a very quick strike, a 65-yard pass from Dixon to Bouvier. And so now Boyce will be the kicker, as he will kick off. Low line drive into over in kick, taken by Bunos, comes upfield, 15 to the 20, runs into a couple of his own men, and then gets drugged down at about the 25-yard line or so. We'll see. We'll wait for the official mark. And so the Spartans now will head back on offense. And they've had success, although this is going to be their longest drive that they've had to drive down the field. Their first drive started in Knight territory. This one they're going to have to drive a little bit longer, as they're going to spot the ball at about their own 25-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Spartans. Jeff Jalaba will lead his offense onto the field. I formation, split receivers. And it's a handoff. And nothing there on the right side. That time the handoff was to Dijon Hall, and he didn't get any room. So in fact, he ended up losing a yard. So it will be 2nd down and 11. So they spotted the ball about the 26-yard line last time, so it's backed up to the 25 now. Now the Spartans will come with split backs. It is Hall and Hamilton in the backfield behind Jalaba. Jalaba with a pitch out to Hamilton. Hamilton trying to come to the near side, and he gets no room, as is met by a bunch of white jerseys, led by Corley. And so now it looks like the momentum has shifted in this game. The Spartans came out with early momentum, got the early interception returned for a touchdown, but the quick strike from Dixon to Bouvier has really inspired this Knight team, and especially on defense, as they haven't allowed the Spartans to run anything on offense. It's now a 3rd down and 12 now for the Spartans. So they're backed up now to the 24-yard line, their own 24. Hall and Hamilton still in the backfield. Jalaba under center. Drops back to pass, has time, good protection, throws a fade route down the far side of the field, and it's incomplete. intended again for Campbell. Those two hooked up on the other touchdown for the Spartans in this game, but that time Jalaba just overthrew his intended target, so that's going to force the Spartans to punt. So a 3 and out. So a nice job by the Knight defense, who a little bit shell-shocked so far this afternoon with the, of course, Mountain View had a short field to work with the last time they had the ball, but this time they bear down and had some and played good defense. So Francisco will punt. So he does everything. A couple of people back to receive for the Knights. Francisco gets a high kick, and it will be fair caught, touched. Ball still loose on the ground, but it looks like Bouvier came up with the ball as it was going to be fair caught, but then bobbled, and Mountain View missed a golden opportunity to get a turnover there. But luckily for the Knights, fortunately for them, they still have the ball and an opportunity to check the replay out here as you're going to have a chance to see the fair catch that was bobbled and then bobbled again once Bouvier tried to recover it. But like I talked about earlier, fortunately for the Knights, they recovered. So they'll spot the ball at about their own 39-yard line or so. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Knights as Dixon will lead his team to the line of scrimmage. Again, 4 wide receivers, 1 setback. Dixon now sends his man in motion. Dixon with another short drop, throws another wide receiver screen. This one's complete. Not enough for as much yards as it got last time, as both LaShawn James and Adam Yeffet in there on the stop.
Number 14, Andrew Dixon's pass complete to number 5, Jack Mossbacher.
So Zach Mossbacher is was the one who came up with the reception. So a gain of 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4, just outside the 45-yard line, and now whistles, and it's going to be an official timeout. Not quite sure what this is about, but the officials stopped the clock. And not quite sure the reasoning. Okay, now they wind it, so your guess is as good as mine as far as what that's all about. But anyways, back to live action now. Dixon going to hand off inside to Ivy. Ivy breaking a couple of tackles, crosses midfield, gets a Knight 1st down before Yeffet, among others, stop him.
Number 3, Leon Ivory, the ball carrier.
So Leon Ivory
And that play, Mark Good and Shane Cooney.
takes the ball across midfield, just barely across midfield. So it's about the 50-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Knights.
50, Menlo, 1st and 10.
And now whistles again, and now they're going to wind the clock. Dixon under center, sends his man in motion. That's Mossbacher again. Now Dixon looks like he's trying to change the play at the line of scrimmage. Now he's going to drop back, roll, get some pressure, throw the ball to the near side. It is complete to Haynes as he gets down to the 35-yard line. Another Knight 1st down as they're moving the ball very well with the passing game.
Pass is complete to number 26, John Haynes. The tackle on that play was number 9, Arthur Washington.
So a 1st down and 10. Arthur Washington brought down Haynes, but not before he was able to pick up a 1st down.
Ball placed on the 35.
So the Knights again to the line of scrimmage. A wide open offense being shown by the Knights as they always come up with the usually same formation of 4 wide receivers. Mossbacher in motion again. Dixon, another short drop, throws another wide receiver screen. This one was thrown behind Hawkins that time, as that was his intended receiver. So looks like the Knights try to spread out the defense with those 4 wide receivers and then try to do a quick strike and try to throw a wide receiver screen. So the Knights trying to make sure that Dixon doesn't hold on to the ball for a long period of time, trying to get him to get rid of it very quickly, and no better way to do that with wide receiver screens. Mountain View is going to have to try to stop that. The Knights have had a couple of big plays with that particular play call. So it's a 2nd down and 10 now. Hawkins coming to the line. Another short drop, another screen pass to Bouvier, who now throws it downfield, and it is caught for a touchdown. Hawkins catches it. So a little bit trickery by the Knights as Dixon had the ball, threw a wide receiver, what looked like a wide receiver screen to Bouvier, who then threw it all the way downfield. Two defenders there, as it was James and Bunos who were slow getting back on Hawkins, and he caught it and took it in for the touchdown. So now, what a game for Anthony Bouvier, as he has caught a touchdown and has now thrown for a touchdown. And now he's kicked 2 extra points. And so Bouvier almost self-handedly has given the Knights a 14-13 lead with 2:13 to go. We're still in the first quarter. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Don't go away. It's an action-packed first quarter, and if this is what it's going to be like, we're going to have an action-packed game. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMVT. Back here at Spartan Field on the campus of Mountain View High School. Kevin Walker here with you. It's 2:13 to go in the first quarter. It's 14-13. The Menlo Knights lead the Mountain View Spartans. The Spartans jumped out on top 13-0, but 2 quick strikes by the Knights. One, a 65-yard pass from Dixon to Bouvier, and then another long pass play of 35 yards from Bouvier to Hawkins. A little trickery from the Knights. So Boyce will be kicking off. It's a low-line drive. It's going to be takes a couple of bounces before Bunos is able to pick it up. And really quickly on him are the Knights. So Menlo, ever since that long touchdown pass from Dixon to Bouvier, they've come out and the momentum has turned, and the Spartans are going to have to get that momentum back. So we'll see what the Spartan offense can muster. They didn't do much on their last drive. So 1st down and 10. Ball is about the 25-yard line. Jalaba under center. Play action, throwing down the middle of the field. Pass is caught, complete. And bringing it down there is Jeff Welch over the middle of the field. Good enough for another Spartan first down as he crosses the 40-yard line to the 41. So nice job by Jalaba. A very good play action fake to Hamilton. And he was able to find Welsh over the middle for a good gain and another Spartan first down. 1st down and 10. Ball about their own 41-yard line. So Hall and Hamilton in the backfield. Handoff now, Hamilton on a sweep to the right side, now cuts it back up in, breaks a couple tackles, still breaking tackles, and he's broken all the way through. He has one man to beat, a blocker in front, he beats him, and Hamilton goes all the way in for a touchdown. Brandon Hamilton comes through with another big run and another long play. This game has it all, folks. If you want high-octane offense, we have it in this one. As Brandon Hamilton spots through, as we do have an injured Menlo player, but a chance to see the replay again as Brandon Hamilton takes it 61 yards. As you see him just breaking through the tackles. He appeared to be stopped there and then did a nice job, got a couple of blockers in front, and then just outran the rest of the Menlo defenders. But before the extra point can be attempted, we do have an injured Knight on the field at about midfield. So we are waiting for the attention of the injured player. So the Spartans have, so check that, a 59-yard run. Got my math wrong there. A 59-yard run by Brandon Hamilton. And with the injury on the field, we will take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be the extra point. The Spartans scoring big time on offense. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMVT.
KMVT Video Camp. Learn television and video production. Middle school students can gain exposure to media production through hands-on experience using KMVT's industry-standard professional studio and equipment. By the end of these 4-week sessions, students will produce a show that will air on cable channel KMVT 15. Contact KMVT now for information and enrollment.
Back here at Spartan Field, where the Mountain View Spartans ready to take on the extra point after a 59-yard touchdown run by Brandon Hamilton. And it's 1:23 still to go in the first quarter. And if the Spartans make this extra point, or they could possibly go for two, they did miss the extra point on their last attempt. But they are going to go for two to try to make this a 7-point lead. So the Spartans will try to go for two to increase their lead to 7. Jalaba under center. Sends a man in motion. Now he's going to roll to his left, dump it over the middle. It's going to be caught for a haul for the 2-point conversion. So they completed again another rollout by Jalaba. He's able to hit Hall over the left side, and again a chance to see the replay here, and another opportunity for Mountain View as Jalaba able to come through, rolling out to his left again, fighting Hall wide open, and it's now a 21-14 game with 1:23 still to play in the first quarter. There has been 35 points scored, between both teams right now. Spartans on the front end of it, leading 21-14. Absolutely amazing action so far in this one. So we're going to keep it right here as they don't waste any time doing the kickoff. It will be Michael Francisco kicking off. And his last kickoff actually got returned. His couple of other ones before, he's booted it all the way into the end zone. So just when you thought that the tide had turned and all of a sudden the Spartans were going to find themselves behind after leading 13-0, fell behind 14-13, they've jumped back on top with a quick strike, leading up now to a 21-14 lead. So Francisco will kick off. Another good kick, high end over end kick. It's going to be deep, and it's going to be into the end zone. Ivory's going to catch it, but he can't return it. High school, they got to bring it out to the 20, so the automatic touchback will result, and the Knights will come out to the 20-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. So we'll see what adjustments the Mountain View defense has made, as a couple of quick strikes themselves offensively the Knights have had their last two offensive possessions. So it looks like we're going to be into either if both defenses don't settle down, it's going to be an almost whoever has the ball last is who might win this game. So Dixon will bring his team to the line of scrimmage, sends a man in motion. Dixon dropping back, rolling to his right, throws a screen pass complete to Bouvier again, who gets hit by a number of Spartans. Shane Bunos and Nikolai Lamock stopping Bouvier before he was able to pick up a first down, but nonetheless, it's a good 7-yard pickup. It's a 2nd down and 3. We're under a minute to go in the first.
Making that tackle, Shane Bunos.
So it looks like the side marker still says 4th down, so apparently he's having trouble flipping the signs. There he goes. Now he gets it right. It is 2nd down. Don't want to confuse anybody here. Dixon sends Bouvier in motion. Bouvier now with a play action, and the Spartans read it. Nice job by the Spartan defense. Not only did they get good penetration into the backfield, but they didn't leave Ivory as he tried to run through the entire Spartan defense, and there was tackled by 4 different members. So 3rd down and 2 now. So this will be a crucial 3rd down, and we may see if they're going to are they going to play? No, they're just going to run to the end of the quarter as time kicks away. So the first quarter comes to an end, and what an action-packed first quarter it was. The Spartans lead the Menlo Knights 21-14. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMVT.
Have you ever wondered how a television show is put together? Do you want to know what goes on behind the scenes of a TV production? Now is your chance to discover for yourself. KMVT Community Television offers studio production workshops for adults and youth. Learn the basic skills needed to create a television production, including camera operation, floor direction, audio engineering, technical directing, tape operations, and directing. It's a great way to learn TV production. No previous experience is necessary, and most of all, this training will provide you with the foundation to produce your own show. Register now and learn more about TV and video productions by calling KMVT at 650-968-1540 or visit the website at www.kmvt15.org.
Back here at Spartan Field here on the campus of Mountain View High School, the Menlo Knights with a 3rd down and 2 as the second quarter begins. The Knights trailing 21-14. Come out with their familiar 4 wide receiver set. Dixon under center. The lone setback is Ivory. Dixon rolling out to his left, throws the ball in the flat, complete, but nope, he dropped the ball. It was complete for a moment, but Ivory out of the backfield dropped the ball, and so the Spartans hold on 3rd down, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 2. So Shane Bunos will step back to receive for the Spartans. So the Knights will punt. Travis Boyce will punt the ball away, and Shane Bunos will be back to receive. Now we have a late player getting on the field for the Knights. Snap is good. Boyce, a low kick. It's going to take a bounce, and Bunos is going to let it go. Good decision by him. We saw the Knights almost lose it when they tried a fair catch and lost something, and we've seen many times where they try to catch it on a bounce, don't get quite the handle on it, ends up being a turnover. So good decision by Bunos. Lets it bounce, lets it down, and so the Spartans will begin with the ball at about their own 36, 37-yard line. It'll be a 1st down and 10. We'll say the 37. So Spartans will come out again with split receivers, split backs, Hall and Hamilton, and now we have all sorts of whistles, flags down before the play has a chance to develop. We'll see what the penalty is. Illegal substitution against Menlo, so that'll be the Spartans will have a free 5 yards. It'll be a 1st down and 5. So Menlo having trouble getting their right personnel on the field. We saw a little bit of that when they tried to punt. They had a late member of the punt team come on the field, and that time defensively they didn't have everybody going. So Menlo, who seemed to have all the momentum, now having trouble just trying to get the right personnel on the field. So we'll start once again. This time the Spartans will have an I formation, split receivers. Jabala out of the backfield. A pitch out to Hall. Hall trying to cut it upfield with a couple of blockers in front. Breaks a couple tackles. Crosses 1st down yardage before he's finally wrapped up, knocked out of bounds as he just crossed midfield. So the Spartans will have a 1st down. So again, in the other pitch play, the Spartans did that earlier in this game. They did it to Hamilton. Ended up being a 59-yard touchdown. So Hall, cross midfield. They'll spot the ball at about the 49-yard line. 1st down and 10.
Just across the 50-yard line, 1st and 10.
So Jalaba will take the Spartans out of the huddle. And now we got whistles. We trying to get the clock motion. It's running. So Jalaba now getting some pressure. The ball's tipped in the air and incomplete, as that was a dangerous play, as Jalaba getting heavy pressure, hit as he tried to throw the ball. Fortunately for the Spartans, that ball wasn't intercepted. Leon Ivory coming in and doing a nice job of the safety position, coming up as extra pressure being brought in by the Knights. So a 2nd down and 10 now for the Spartans. We'll see what they choose to do here. So Jalaba now under center, split backs and Hall and Hamilton. Now Jalaba, a pitch out now to Hamilton. Hamilton cutting it up, has running room and more, but before Bouvier drags him down, but not before Hamilton picks up another Spartan 1st down as he moves to about the 35-yard line of the Knights. So another nice job by Hamilton as he's getting some tremendous blocking and also doing a nice job breaking tackles. As I don't think the first man who's hit him has brought him down yet in this ball game. So Spartans out of the huddle quickly. First down and 10. And now we have an official timeout as the officials weren't ready for the Spartans to break the huddle, but now they appear to be ready. They wind the clock. And the Spartans will huddle back up. So once again, the Spartans break the huddle. Split back, split receivers. Hamilton and Hall, the two setbacks. Jalaba, play action. Drops it, throws it deep down the near side, and it is incomplete. Almost intercepted. Two defenders out there. Pass intended for Trevor Campbell. That was a touchdown combination earlier in this game, Jalaba to Campbell, but not there.
Jalaba's pass attempt to number 80, Trevor Campbell, incomplete.
So the Spartans now will huddle back up. So again, trying to do some play action, trying to suck the Knights' safeties up, trying to get one-on-one coverage, but the Knights did have two defenders back covering Campbell. So an I formation in the backfield. Jalaba, another pitch out. Hall has it now with Hamilton blocking in front. Hall drugged down as he crosses the 35-yard line. Not enough for a first down. So they'll spot it just outside the 35. It'll be 3rd down and 9. So Hall not getting much off of that right side. So we'll see what the Spartans go with here on a 3rd down and 9. Two receivers, two backs. Jalaba under center, short step, drop back, throws incomplete as he overthrew his intended target, Kevin Ford. So the Knights hold on defense. So we'll see what the Spartans do here on 4th down. Might be a situation where they just go ahead and go for it. And they will as Jalaba stays on the field. So 4th down and 9. We'll see what the Spartans go with here to try to pick up this first down, keep this drive going. Split receivers again, split backs again. That's Hall and Hamilton in the backfield. Jalaba under center, drops back, now gets some heavy pressure, tries to throw a screen, and it's tipped by Hall as Jalaba trying to throw it out in the flat and is incomplete, overthrew his intended target. So the Spartans will turn the ball over on downs, and the Knight offense will come back onto the field. So 1st and 10 Knights, ball will be spotted at their own 34-yard line. 8:33 to go here in the first half. The scoring in this game seems to have come in bunches. Mountain View jumped out big on top, then the Knights came back. Spartans came back and took the lead, and now they have a situation where neither team has scored in a while. So now we have Dixon. Sends his man in motion, that's Bouvier. Dixon dropping back, a short drop, throws it over the middle for Hawkins. It's complete. And that could be good enough for a Knight first down as Ricky Hawkins comes up with that reception.
14, Andrew Dixon's pass is complete to number 18, Ricky Hawkins.
So it's a Knight first down as they're just shy of midfield. Ball will be spotted at their own 49-yard line. Shane Bunos was on the coverage for Mountain View. Another 4 wide receiver set. Dixon out of the shotgun. Has time, throws deep ball down the sideline, complete again to Hawkins as he crosses the 15-yard line. And again, a couple of Mountain View defenders, but Hawkins beat both of them, and a nice throw by Dixon. He hit Hawkins in stride as he gets finally brought down at about the 10-yard line, and we'll have a chance to see the replay here as, again, the Knights are coming out with their quick pass offense. A couple of passes to Hawkins. This one was very deep, a chance to see it there as just a nicely thrown ball by Dixon got it over 2 defenders' heads. So it will be 1st and 10. The ball's going to be at about the 11-yard line, just outside the 10. So they can get a first down, that's scoring a touchdown, but not much. Hawkins inside handoff to Ivory, and he gets a couple of yards, but we have flags down. So we'll see what the penalties are. We have a false start penalty against the Knights, so that'll back them up 5 yards. So there seemed to be a lot of confusion on the line on both sides.
Let's go, Menlo! Water!
So Mountain View has accepted the penalty, so that'll back them up now.
Illegal procedure on Menlo is the call.
So the ball will be placed at about the 16-yard line.
Placed on the 16-yard line. First and 15.
So they can just need to get inside the 1 to get a first down if they don't score a touchdown. Dixon sends Walker in motion. Dixon now audibly at the line of scrimmage. Play throws it to the near side. Caught. Is it caught? It is caught. Trying to say Hawkins had a reception of that. I'm not quite sure about that. If he got at least 1 foot in, we'll have a chance to check replay. Navarro's not happy about it. He stepped on the line. I don't think that's a completed pass. He has 1 foot stepped on the line. I don't think he got it in. So they do get a second down play. It's at the 5-yard line. So now we back to the line. We'll have a chance to look at that play once again, but Dixon now with the troops at the line of scrimmage. Under center, drops back, throws a pass incomplete as Ivory now had it. Now we have a flag, late flag coming through. We have a roughing the passer penalty against the Mountain View. And Mountain View can't be happy about that. We'll see what. So they're calling it a blow to the head. So Mountain View now will give it up, and it'll be an automatic first down. So it'll be first down and goal from about the 3-yard line. Approaching the 6.5-minute mark to go here in the first half. So Menlo trying to punch it in for the game-tying score. Dixon under center, handoff inside. Ivory pushing his way into the end zone for a touchdown. So with the controversial catch by Hawkins and then the penalty allowing them to keep possession of the ball, not having to settle for a field goal, the Knights punch it in for, and if the extra point is good, we'll tie the game at 21. So Bouvier will attempt the extra point.
Anthony Bouvier to attempt the extra point.
Snap is down, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 6:21 to go in the half, we are all knotted up at 21 apiece. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMVT. 21 all is our score here as we come back with 6:21 to go in the first half as the Spartans will receive the kickoff as the Knights have just tied the game up on a 3-yard touchdown run by Leon Ivory. So it will be Travis Boyce kicking off. Mountain View with a couple of end back, Hall and Munoz back to receive the kickoff. Boyce ready, ready to kick off. And another low line drive. It's going to be taken by Hall at about the 5, up to the 10, 15, 20. A couple blockers in front trying to push his way through until Boyce drags him down, but nice return by Dijon Hall as he gets all the way to the 40-yard line, and that's where the Mountain View offense will begin this drive. So another nice kickoff return in Hall. He actually tried to bowl over Boyce, but it didn't work so well. As a chance to see the replay here. A nice return, nice block by the wedge, and then the speed of Hall just bursted through. And finally, Boyce was able to drag him down. But if Boyce doesn't make that tackle, Hall could return that all the way. So the Spartans will come on offense. Split receivers, split backs, Hall and Hamilton in the backfield. Jabala gives a handoff inside, and it's Hamilton, the ball carrier, doesn't get much. Nice job by the Knight defensive line. A gain of only a couple, gain of 2. It'll be a 2nd down and 8. So if the Spartans are able to drive down here, eat up some time off the clock, they can go into halftime with a lead. So Hall and Hamilton, once again, the 2 setbacks in the backfield. Jabala, handoff, Hall. Hall coming to his right and gets nothing, as great penetration there by the Knights. Their defensive line just blew up the offensive line at Mountain View that time. There was nowhere for Hall to run. And he, saying it's a 3rd and 7 as he picked up barely 1 yard. So the ball's at about the 43-yard line. So the last couple of running plays by Mountain View hasn't netted them much. See what they decide to do if they tried to. See if Mountain View decides to stick with the run or if they're going to go with a pass here. They got 2 wide receivers. I formation in the backfield. Jalaba, a pitch out. Hall has it, trying to come to the near side. Breaks a tackle, but then is met by a bunch of defenders for the Knights. We have a flag down. So Hall is short of the 1st down. It's a holding penalty against Mountain View, so the Knights should decline that. That'll bring up a 4th down and force the Spartans to punt the football. So it is 4th down, as the Knights did exactly what I thought they would do, is decline the penalty to bring up 4th down. So Walker and Bouvier will go back to return the punt. Michael Francisco will punt for the Spartans. Snap is good. And Francisco with a good kick. It's going to be taken, and a blast. Oh boy, what a hit by Jordan Gilstrap, as he let Mr. Bouvier know that he was not going to receive that ball. And let's have an opportunity to see that, as Gilstrap did a nice job, timed it perfectly. And a chance to see it here is right as he caught the ball. Wow, that's a big hit. Nice hit by Jordan Gilstrap. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Knights. Ball is at about the 21-yard line. 1st down and 10. So Dixon out of the shotgun with his 4 wide receivers. Bouvier, the man in motion. The high snap, Dixon gets it, gets some pressure, and he's not going to get away from that as the Spartans drag Dixon down to the backfield for a sack. See who they're going to give that to, as there was about 3 or 4 Spartans all in there on the tackle. So a huge loss. So they're going to give it to Nikolai Lamock as the. So that's who they're going to give the call to, and so it's a 2nd down and 16. pass play. Dixon completes it to Hawkins, and then Hawkins gets driven out of bounds by Bunos as he just crosses the 25-yard line.
Andrew Dixon pass attempt to Ricky Hawkins complete.
So we're approaching the 3.5-minute mark as the second quarter has gone by a whole lot faster than that first quarter. Again, with all the scores, you get a lot of stoppage of play. So the Knights come to the line. Dixon again in the shotgun. Drops back. Has time. Now getting some pressure, and he's going to be sacked. We have a flag down as David Fisher came in and took down Dixon, but we'll have to check the flag. That came in late. Defensive holding. So they're going to offset it. So holding against the offense, holding against the defense. So you can take away that play as those penalties offset. So it's a 3rd down and 6. Just under the 3-minute mark to go here in the first half. Dixon bringing the Knights out of the huddle. Still in the shotgun, so this looks like a formation that the Knights are going to keep with the shotgun formation. Dixon has it, throws it over the middle, complete. Short of first down yardage as Bunos took down Hawkins, so Hawkins appears to be Dixon's favorite target, but he is just short of the first down. So it will be 4th down. Oh, check that. They got the first down. They did give him the first. I thought he was short a little bit, but they give him the friendly spot, and he picks up a first down. So keeping possession are the Knights. 1st down and 10. Hawkins throws it in the flat, complete. Nice job by the Mountain View Spartans. As Walker with the reception, but he didn't get much. So, with under 2 minutes to go, they're trying to hurry up are the Knights, and there's a pass to the far side. It's complete down the sideline. It's completed pass to Haynes. And so the clock will stop with first downs being converted by the Knights, but Mountain View's got to be very careful here as the Knights are working very, very quickly, try to get a score here before time runs out. Approaching the 120 mark. Dixon has time, gets flushed, and gets tripped up, tried to keep his feet, falls down at about midfield. So again, Mountain View getting tremendous pressure in the backfield. So the Knights will line up very quickly again. Clock continues to run as we approach the 1 minute mark. Dixon again out of the shotgun, has time, throws the ball over the middle, tipped and almost intercepted in and out of the hands of Brandon Hamilton as the ball got tipped by the intended target, and Hamilton almost came up with a huge interception that would have gave the Spartans with an opportunity to go in with the score. So 52 seconds to go. There was a flag down on the play holding against the Knights, so that'll back them up 10 yards. So it'll be a 3rd down. Check that, 2nd down. 2nd down and long. Dixon Now going under center. Drops back, throws it out in the flat, complete to Walker again. Walker trying to get to the sideline, out of bounds he does. That'll stop the clock. Yeah, the ball's on the 45-yard line. The clock is not running. And going to have the stoppage of play. Timeout. Mountain View. So Mountain View calls a timeout. So while we have an opportunity, we're going to take a look at the Spartan upcoming schedule after this game. And the Spartans, again, trying to convene on defensive here. Obviously didn't like their look that they had. Here's a chance to see it. You saw the big win over Gunn. They're playing Menlo now at Soquel on the 22nd. Big game against Los Altos on the 29th, the rivalry. And then, of course, the De Anza Division league play begins with Santa Clara. Not a lot of home games for Mountain View. They only get one league home game. Everybody else is on the road. You see their last 3 games of the season against Milpitos, Los Gatos, and Wilcox, all on the road. So a tough, tough schedule in the division for the Spartans coming up. So it's a 3rd down and 17. 52 seconds to go. So they will now come to the line. Dixon now out of the shotgun. Looking for a man, gets some pressure, now throws the ball to the left side. It's tipped and caught, and then hit hard down. Hamilton lays a hit on Hawkins after the ball was initially tipped by Mountain View. That gets the ball into Mountain View territory. But the problem with the reception is the clock continues to run, as it is a 4th down now. And now a throw is complete to Bouvier, who steps out of bounds near the 1st down marker. And so another quick opportunity. He did pick up the 1st down. So Dixon working very quickly through a very quick out pass to Bouvier. So 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So now they come to the line. Dixon with a draw to Ivory. Ivory breaking a tackle, breaking another tackle. Finally brought down at about the 25-yard line, and now whistles have blown. Clock stops as the Knights will take a timeout with 15 seconds to go. So there'll be a 2nd and short. Ball will be about at about the 28-yard line. So it'll be now they do have a chance for a couple of plays if they do a quick strike to the sideline or if they choose to try to go to the end zone. Not quite sure what their place kicker is, Bouvier, so unsure about his range, but sure that they're not in it right now, so they're going to have to pick up at least about maybe 10 or 15 more yards to get themselves a good shot at a field goal and a chance to go into halftime with the lead. But we'll see what the Knights choose to do. I'm sure they're going to try to go for a touchdown here. So the Spartans having to stop the Knights after having all the momentum, the big plays, all the scoring that Mountain View started this game with, to go into halftime trailing would definitely be something they don't want to get themselves into. So the timeout is over. Dixon out of the shotgun again, rolling again to his right, dumps it off, complete. 1st down as Ivory gets himself out of bounds as he crosses the 25-yard line. And now there's 8 seconds to go. So again, the Knights just trying to get the ball to the perimeter to try to get themselves out of bounds to keep trying to get 1st downs, but we'll see what happens. And now they've changed the clock to 9 seconds. So Dixon now gets the ball snapped, shotgun, throws it over the middle, complete. Nope, dropped. Almost complete. Nice hit by Mark Good, keeping that ball from being completed. So wouldn't have been bad if it was completed, because I don't think there's a way that the Knights would have been able to get another playoff. So it looks like they're going to try for a long field goal with 4 seconds left. So Bouvier will attempt. They'll spot the ball at about the 33. So a 43-yard field goal attempt. Snap, spot, kick, low, drive. It is no good. Off to the left. The long field goal attempt by Bouvier is no good. So after all the action we had in that first quarter, the second quarter they come back to earth a little bit. But nonetheless, the Spartans and the Knights going to halftime all tied at 21. Stay tuned. We will be back with the second half in just a moment here on KMVT. (21-21) is the halftime score as we start the third quarter. Kevin Walker here with you on Spartan Field here at Mountain View High School. The Mountain View Spartans and the Menlo Knights. The Spartans will receive the ball to start the second half of action. And it will be kicked off, and it will go out of bounds. Not a very, very smart move by Mountain View by Menlo, as they excellent field position as that ball goes out of bounds. So the Spartans will start with excellent field position to start the second half. And you really have to think that both coaches really went into halftime talking about eliminating the big play. Well, now they'll re-kick because kicked it out of bounds, so we'll start all over again. But you'd have to think that both the Spartans and the Knights went in and said, hey, look, you know what, if we eliminate the big play, this game's a pretty close game right now. Menlo's really come out and had their scores on two of their touchdowns scored on a big play. They had a 65-yard touchdown pass, and then they had a gadget play where they threw it out to their receiver, Bouvier, who then threw it down the field and caught Hawkins for a touchdown. And for the Spartans, they had a big 59-yard touchdown run by Hamilton, and then, of course, they were given a short field on offense on their first touchdown play. So both teams giving up the big play, and that's where we're at, 21-21 as we start the second half, and we'll kick off once again, and they'll do another kickoff. This one will be taken up by one of the up men, and the Spartans will be starting it close to midfield, as Arthur Washington took the ball and got the ball up near midfield. So excellent field position to start the second half for the Spartans. And you have to think offensively, the Spartans have done a nice job. They had a couple of nice drives. They've got a big run by Brandon Hamilton for a touchdown. They got a couple of nice passes, and a nice pass from Jalaba to Campbell early on in this contest. So the Mountain View Spartans done a nice job on offense. It's just been trying to eliminate the big play on defense. So we're underway. Ball will be spotted at about the 48-yard line. First down and 10 for the Spartans. Jalaba now hands off inside to Hamilton. Hamilton crosses midfield, gets near the 45-yard line, still on his feet, dragging Knights all the way across the 45 to about the 43, 44-yard line. Close to a first down, might be probably just shy of one. An 8-yard pickup, second down and 8 will be for the Spartans. Or second down and 2, I'm sorry. An 8-yard gain, second down and 2. Spartans come to the line again with two setbacks. It will be Hamilton and Hall. Jalaba under center. Short step, drops back, throws out, and it's complete out there. Pass is complete to number 3, Kevin Ford. And it'll be good enough for a Spartan first down. So a nice job by Ford. Actually, he had to come back to that football. It wasn't one of those nicer thrown balls that Jalaba has, and the Spartans were able to pick up a first down on a nice play. So they'll break the huddle again. This time we'll have whistles as they want to wind the clock. Split receivers, split backs in Hamilton and Hall. Jalaba, handoff now. It is Hall with a hole up the middle, and almost got the ball stripped from him. But he gets up near the 35-yard line, possibly just shy of the 35.
To Dijon Hall, the ball carrier, brought down by number 3, Leon Ivory.
So it'll be just about the 35-yard line. It will be a second down and 4. So Jalaba now will enter the coming from the field. So again, Jalaba having to come to and from the sideline to get his play. So Jalaba in shape, running wind sprints back and forth from the huddle to the sideline. So Jalaba dropping back, rolling out to his left, throws it on the near side, and it's complete to Campbell again, who breaks up field, cuts up, gets in near the 20-yard line, and it'll be another Mountain View first down, another Jalaba to Campbell connection. Leads for positive yards for the Spartans. And we'll have an opportunity to see the replay here as Jalaba did a nice job rolling out to his left, and then ended up finding Campbell, who did a nice job coming back to the football, and then he turned it upfield. So it'll be first down and 10. Ball will be spotted at the Knight 20-yard line. Hamilton and Hall, the two setbacks. Ford and Campbell, your receivers. Campbell, the receiver to the far side. Jalaba, handoff inside Hamilton. Hamilton trying to come off right tackle. Gets a block by Ford and gets close to first down yards, close to the 10-yard line. Maybe just shy. So a 9-yard pickup for Hamilton. We're going to make it a 8-yard pickup. It's the second down and 2. So this would be a tremendous job for Mountain View, who already this afternoon took advantage of a short field, scored a touchdown. They're trying to do the same here. Jalaba up with a play action, throws a fade route looking for Ford in the end zone, and it is almost caught for the touchdown in and out of the hands of Ford, who had the ball for a moment, made a nice adjustment to the football as Jalaba threw it a little bit to his outside shoulder, but Ford unable to corral it and bring it in. So it'll be a third down and 2. So not a bad call by the Spartans. Go for the touchdown now, and then if they don't, maybe they can pound Hamilton or Hall for a first down. So Jalaba under center. Sends a man in motion, handoff now. Hamilton cuts it up inside, and he's through into the end zone for a touchdown. Hamilton again off of right guard, had a huge hole, broke open, got the first down, and more than that, he got it all the way in for a touchdown. Another nice run by Brennan Hamilton, his second on the afternoon. So again, an opportunity to see it here, just a huge hole. You could drive a truck through it, and Hamilton using his speed to burst through it. And now the extra point attempt by Francisco. Snap. Hold, kick was blocked, but we got whistles everywhere before the snap had taken place, so we'll see what happens. Mountain View almost had their second offsides against Menlo. So now they're going to go, now the Spartans are going to go for 2 now with the ball moved up closer, half the distance to the goal. So now the Spartans are going to try to go for 2. Interesting call here by Navarro, leading 27-21. So Jalaba back in. Let's see what the Spartans try to go to as they try to go for 2. Hall and Hamilton, the 2 setbacks. Jalaba, handoff, Hamilton trying to cut, gets hit by a couple of Knight defenders and does not get the 2-point conversion. So the gamble by Dan Navarro does not fall through as the Spartans now lead the game 27-21, but they leave an opening with another touchdown from the Knights so they could take the lead with the extra point. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMVT.
Mountain View 27, Menlo 21.
KMVT Video Camp. Learn television and video production. Middle school students can gain exposure to media production through hands-on experience using KMVT's industry-standard professional studio and equipment. By the end of these 4-week sessions, students will produce a show that will air on cable channel KMVT 15. Contact KMVT now for information and enrollment.
27-21, the Spartans lead. That's our score here as we are at the 8:46 mark of the third quarter. Spartans just getting a nice touchdown run from Brandon Hamilton. And now Michael Francisco will kick off a very high end over end kick. And it'll be short of the end zone. It's bobbled by the Knights. They pick it up. And they're able to get the ball out past the 10. Or excuse me, out past the 20, but not much after that. So almost another disastrous play for the Knights. Their second special teams blunder. They bobbled a fair catch earlier in the game, almost a turnover, and then there they bobbled the kickoff. So the Spartans lead 1-0. So the Spartans with trying to get a first down now for the Knights. Spartans coming out on defense. Dixon has time, rolls out to his left, throws incomplete pass intended for Haynes. So that'll bring up a second down now. So a lot of the pass offense by the Knights have done them well so far this afternoon. They've got them a couple of quick strikes, but they haven't been able to do much in the running game. The Spartan defense has done a nice job stopping the run. So the Knights sticking with the passing game. That's where they're going to get. That's where they've got most of their yards and their points so far this afternoon. Dixon drops back, has time, throws it over the middle, overthrows his man, and almost threw another interception as there were a couple of Spartan defenders with an opportunity to intercept that pass. But it falls harmlessly incomplete. And it'll bring up a third down and 10. Pass was intended for James Walker. Third down and 10 from their own 23-yard line. Dixon out of the shotgun with his four wide receivers. Dixon has time, throws to the far side, incomplete, and once again overthrowing his intended target, Haynes, and that will lead to a Knight punt.
Dixon's pass attempt to John Haynes, number 26, incomplete. Jordan Gilstrap defending on the play, as well as Arthur Washington. Shane Bruno's back.
So now the officials are conferring as the clock did not stop when they needed it to, but so now they're going to add 7:20 to the clock. So time has been added on. Everything's straightened out, and now Boyce will attempt the punt. Shane Bunos back to receive for the Spartans. And it's going to be a fake. Boyce throws it, and it's complete to Ivory, who breaks the tackle. Now he beats Bunos down the sideline, 40, 30, 20, 10, and a touchdown as another gadget play by the Menlo Knights. And they catch the Spartans off guard as Boyce faked the punt. He threw a pass to Ivory, and he juked a couple of defenders and ended up going all the way for the touchdown. And it will turn out to be a 77-yard pass as, again, a chance to see it here. A high snap. Boyce gets it, and just a nice catch by Ivory as he bounces off a couple of defenders and then it's off to the races. And he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. So now, with the extra point attempt, it is up and it is good. So now that attempt by Coach Navarro to go for two instead of just sticking with the extra point, as now has his team trailing by one. 7:06 to go in the third quarter, 28-27. Menlo leads over the Spartans. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMVT. .706 to go here in the third quarter. Spartans trail the Knights 28-27. The Knights lead over the Spartans as Boyce will kick off. End-over-end kick onto the far side. Taken upfield by Bunos, breaks a couple of tackles, has one more man to beat, stays on his feet, and Bunos is finally brought down at about midfield. So an excellent return by Shane Bunos as the Spartans try to get the momentum back after a fake punt leading to a touchdown by the Knights. And we'll have an opportunity to see the replay here as Bunos again taking the kick on the far side and got a nice job by some blockers in front. A nice hole too, and then he almost broke it there at the tail end, but the Knights catch it as he gets right to midfield. So the ball will be spotted on the 50-yard line, first down and 10 for the Spartans on offense. Trailing by 1. Jalaba, handoff. Hamilton, sweep to the right, trying to get some running room. Does, and gets dragged out of bounds close to the first down near the Mountain View sideline. So a nice run off tackle by Hamilton. And he's very, very close to a first down, but just shy. It will be a second down.
Number 11, Travis Boyce.
A 9-yard pickup for Hamilton, second down and 1.
Ball placed on the 42-yard line.
Ball on about their own 42-yard line.
Second and 2.
Jalaba under center. Handoff, inside Hamilton, off the right guard again, pushes the pile forward, still pushing, dragging a couple of defenders, gets more than enough for the first down as he gets all the way down close to the 30-yard line, and the Spartans trying to move the ball through the ground. Ryan O'Halloran on the tackle for Menlo. First down and 10 from the 33-yard line is where the drive will continue for the Spartans. So Jalaba under center. 2 setbacks, that's Hall and Hamilton. Jalaba, pitch out. Hall has it. Hamilton in front. Hall cuts it back inside, gets met by a couple of Knight defenders. Gets across the 30-yard line, though, for a pretty good pickup.
Hall, the ball carrier, led by number 76, Lysa.
Pick up a 4 on the play, second down and 6. So Mountain View again splits the huddle. Both receivers to the near side in Ford and Campbell. Jalaba looking that way, has time, throws to the near side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Knights, coming down the right sideline and being dragged out of bounds is Geenan. Number 22 comes up with the interception. So Andrew Geenan comes up with the interception as Jalaba had both his receivers to that side, threw the ball, no receiver in the area as Geenan comes up with the interception, the first Mountain View turnover of the afternoon. Chance to see Jalaba again throwing out, just did not see Geenan in that area. So and now another mistake by the Spartans, and now the Knights will try to take advantage. Ball's first and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Dixon under center with 4 wide receivers. Drops back, has time, throws here to the near side. Incomplete, pass intended for Hawkins. So the Mountain View defense trying to stiffen up here if they can keep a play, force a punt, get that offense back onto the field. They can ill afford to give up any more points. They don't want to fall too far behind here. 5 minutes to go here in the third. Knights will break the huddle. Hawkins, the receiver to the near side. Dixon under center. Dixon with a handoff inside to Ivory, and he doesn't get much. Nice defensive play there by the Spartans. Defense led that time by David Fisher.
Number 3, Leon Ivory, the ball carrier, met.
It'll be a third down and about 8. So the Spartans now with a very key third down, trying to stop the Knights on this drive. So the Knights will come to the line of scrimmage again. 4 wide receivers. Dixon throwing out to the near side. It's complete to Hawkins. So once again, it is Ricky Hawkins making his presence known. It's another Knight first down as they continue to pick up and just chew up clock time and yardage. So this Dixon to Hawkins has definitely been the key receiver for the Knights, and the Spartans are going to have to try something to stop him. So the Knights crossing midfield. They're in Mountain View territory. Dixon under center with 4 wides. He'll send Walker in motion with a handoff to Ivory, and the Mountain View Spartans have that one sniffed out. Nice play. First man to get there is Mark Good for the Spartans, and he has that a negated play. So a loss of 3 on the play, second down and 13. Pushes them back to about their own 44-yard line, 45-yard line. Dixon now out of the shotgun. Has time, now getting some pressure, and he's going to get taken down. Sacked in the backfield by Brandon Wilcox. So a couple of good defensive stands here by the Spartans as they try to once again keep the Knights from converting on third down. This is going to be a 3rd down and 17. The Spartans can't allow this one to be converted. The Knights converted a long 3rd down just a few plays ago. Ball will be spotted right at midfield. So again, 4 wide. Ricky Hawkins is the receiver to the near side. And now we have all sorts of whistles and blows as the Knights did not like what they had on offense, so they're going to take a timeout. So they'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. The Spartans trying to keep the Knights from converting a 3rd down. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMVT. 3rd down and 17 for the Knights. Leading by 1 here in the 3rd quarter. Just under 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Dixon out of the shotgun. Gets some pressure. Now steps up with some running room and gets taken down short of the 40-yard line by Mark Good, and he will be well short of the 1st down. And this should force a Knight punt. So it'll be a 4th down and 9. We'll see if the Knights are going to apparently go for it. So the Spartans are going to have to stop the Knights one more time, and if they do, they'll get themselves excellent field position. Spartan faithful here trying to pump up their defense with a Chatta defense. We'll see if it helps them. 4 wide receivers. Dixon under center, drops back. Throws a fade route to the far side. It's incomplete, intended for Hawkins, and the Spartan defense holds. So the Knights turn it over on downs. The Spartans will send their offense on the field with an opportunity to try to come down and get another score and take the lead in the ball game. 1:53 to go here in the quarter. And the Spartans trailing by 1. This game could be tied right now, but Coach Navarro choosing to go for 2 after a touchdown, after a penalty was called that moved the ball up a couple of inches instead of just sticking with the extra point. So the Spartan offense is on the field again. Jalaba, handoff. Now that's Hall. Hall coming on the far side, trying to cut it upfield, but gets met by a host of white jerseys, and he will not get much. And now a very late flag comes flying in on the far side of the field. To see what this is all about. unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Knights, so that'll give the Spartans an automatic first down and 15 yards. So that'll move them into Knight territory, so the Spartans with an opportunity to take a big advantage of this.
Ball plays just inside the 45-yard line. Mountain View first.
So the ball is at the Knight 44. Jalaba with a pitch out to Hamilton. Hamilton cutting it up near side, gets drugged down by Gilio.
51.
So a pickup of 4 on the play for Hamilton, second down and 6.
4 yards. It'll be second and 6 from the 40.
Hamilton and Hall, the 2 setbacks. They give it to Hamilton. Hamilton trying to cut it up the middle, breaks a tackle, but then gets hit by 3 or 4 white jerseys, and Hamilton not much running room there.
Brandon Hamilton, the ball carrier, tackled by number 54, Jeff Montgomery.
So a gain of 1, third down and 5. 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And the Spartans trailing by 1, so a big third down conversion that the Spartans need to make here to try to keep this drive alive. Jalaba under center. Handoff, Hamilton, quick hit. He's got the first down and more. He's going to outrace the defenders to the 20, 10, and knocked out of bounds at about the 5-yard line as Brandon Hamilton with, again, another his burst of speed as he bursts through the line. Gets knocked out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. And another big run by the Spartans, and again, and it's off that left side of the offensive line. Nice push by the Spartan offensive line that allowed Hamilton to get a big, big run, and then finally got pushed out of bounds. So first and goal from the 5, where they're going to mark it at about the 5-yard line. Jalaba sends a man in motion, and now we got flags and everywhere flying. So the Spartans false start on offense. That'll push them back. Now it'll be a first and goal all the way back from the 10-yard line.
Still first and goal from the 10. With 8 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
So if the Spartans don't score here, this should be the last play of the quarter. So Jalaba back under center, sends forward in motion, handoff, Hamilton, nice hole up the middle, cuts it up, gets back up near the 5, inside the 5. And that'll do it for the third quarter. So that is the end of the third quarter of play. The Spartans trailing by 1. They're down 28-27, but they are threatening. It'll be a second and goal play when we come back. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment here on KMVT. We're here to start the fourth quarter. 28-27, Menlo leads Mountain View, but the Spartans are knocking on the door. They have a second down and goal. Ball is at about the 4-yard line. Spartans trying to take the lead as the fourth quarter begins. Jalaba under center, sends forward in motion. They hand it off Hamilton off the right side, pounds it in, and he scores. Brandon Hamilton with his third touchdown on the afternoon. He's having himself quite an afternoon. Pounds it in, and Mountain View takes the lead, and now the Spartans should go for 2 with them trying to increase their lead to 7.
Elects to go for the 2-point conversion.
So with the missed 2-point conversion the last time the Spartans had the ball, they're going to try one here to increase their lead to 7. So Mountain View trying to go for two. Hall and Hamilton in the backfield. Jalaba sends Ford in motion. It's going to be a pass. Jalabo throwing out to his left, throws in the corner of the end zone. It is caught, and the two-point conversion is good. So Jalaba hits a two-point conversion, and the Spartans now make up for that missed extra point. 11:56 to go in the game. 35-28 the Spartans lead. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMVT. Spartans lead by a touchdown, 35-28. Just started the fourth quarter. Michael Francisco will kick off for the Spartans. Knights have two deep men. Francisco, a high, deep end-over-end kick, and it'll be taken at the goal line by Bouvier, and so it'll be check that, Ivory is the one man who caught the ball, but it will be an automatic touchback, so the Knights will get the ball starting at their own 20-yard line. So we'll see what Menlo can do now. If they can try to drive down, they've been ahead. They've been down by one, then they've been ahead by one. And now they find themselves trailing by 7 here in the fourth quarter, trying to mount a drive here late in the game. 1st and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. Dixon under center with 4 wide receivers, but the snap is fumbled, and the Spartans say they have it. No official word yet. There's a big pileup. Fights going on down there to see who has it. The officials really getting down deep in there to see if they have it. And it is still Knight football. So the Knights avoiding disaster as the Dixon fumbled the snap, and the dog pile people coming up with it. The Knights retain possession. So it will be a 2nd down and 10. They didn't lose any yardage, but the Spartans unable to take advantage of that huge turnover that if they would have had a chance to get a 2-touchdown lead. So Dixon out of the shotgun, looking for somebody. Now looks to the other side of the field, throwing, and is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Ivory, who a nice throw by Dixon had it just outstretched the. Shane Bunos was able to just barely break up that play, but again, Ivory with an opportunity to make that catch, and if he does, that would have been a huge play for the Knights. So it'll be a 3rd down and 10. The Knights have converted a couple of long third downs this afternoon. We'll see if the Spartans can hold them here. So Dixon went to the line, out of the shotgun, has one setback in the backfield with him. Snap is high, Dixon gets it, looking, gets hit, and is driven down. The Spartans get to Dixon in the backfield for a huge sack and a huge play here in the fourth quarter. So this will bring up now a huge 4th down and 13, so a punting opportunity now for the Knights. Shane Bunos back to receive the punt by Travis Bice. The last time they did this, it was a fake punt, and it was a pass from Boyce to Ivory that went 77 yards, but they wouldn't dare do a fake punt this low in the end zone, would they? Now we got flags everywhere before the snap even comes apart, and this might be against the Knights. It will be against the Knights, false start penalty, so that'll back them up another 5 yards. So the Spartans with an opportunity to have tremendous field position, and if they're able to drive down and get another score, they might have an opportunity to ice this ball game. So Boyce now will punt out of his own end zone. Gets away the punt, and it will take a bounce. It actually hits one of the defenders, and Mountain View picks it up for some odd reason. And it's picked up by Jordan Gilstrap. That was ill-advised. Fortunately for the Spartans, he got it cleanly and didn't allow anything to be hit. So the Spartans get possession. They have excellent field possession. They will start in Knight territory. Ball's at about the Knight 44. First down and 10. So the Spartans now with an opportunity to drive down and score. Not much time left in this ball game, 10-14 to go. And now they've moved the placement of the ball. It's actually going to be up at the 40-yard line, so even better position because it was touched. And I was wondering why they let the Mountain View touch it, because it was touched by one of the Knight players up at the 40-yard line. So the officials get the ball placement right. Handoff now to Hall. Hall coming to the near side, trying to get a couple of blockers in front. And Gilio comes in and knocks Hall down. Short gain on the play by Hall. Gain of 2, second down and 8. And now the officials stop the clock with an official timeout.
About a 2-yard gain. Second and 8.
So they do a official timeout for water. So chance to make sure that players get hydrated. So that Knight defense, it looks like they're sitting there trying to suck a little wind, got their helmets off. So this might be the opportune time for the Spartan offense to take advantage of this. So play will resume. 2 wide receivers to the far side. And now we have Hamilton driving the ball, and now we got flags everywhere as the Spartans moved. They're going to pick up the flag, and I think that's good because the officials before the ball snap whistled, so players stood up, and so the inadvertent whistle, they'll start all over. So now they'll wind the clock. Second down and 8. Spartans come back to the line. 2 wide receivers on the far side. Jalaba, handoff Hamilton. And he drags himself to the 35-yard line. 5-yard pickup. Or a 3-yard pickup. Third down and 4. As he gets to be just about the 35-yard line. So it's a huge third down now for the Spartans. Trying to eat up as much clock as they can and possibly get another score. They lead by 7. Jalaba under center, handoff. Hamilton runs into his own man in the backfield. Nice tries to cuts it up, uses his speed to get a nice hole, and then being met by 4 different white jerseys as he crosses the 30-yard line, gets close to the 25-yard line. And he picks up a Mountain View first down. So a nice run by Brandon Hamilton on a play that looked like he might have been stopped for a loss. Ended up using his speed, getting around the corner, and picked up a Mountain View first down.
Number 6, Anthony Bouvier. Ball placed on the 27-yard line.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Spartans at the Knight 27. So now Hamilton and Hall in the backfield. Got Campbell and Ford, the wide receivers. Campbell, the receiver to the near side. Jalaba, handoff inside to Hall. And not much there. So might have been lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, if not, lost something.
loss makes it 2nd and 11.
Second down and 11, loss of 1. So the Spartans trying to get something going with the running game. That play was a -1. Can't have too many of those on this drive. Under the 8-minute mark to go in the game. It's Hamilton and Hall, the 2 setbacks. Hall's the deep man. Play action. Jalaba has time, throws deep down the far side, and it's incomplete, just off the fingertips of Campbell as he had the ball near the goal line. And now there's a flag down, and we're going to have a roughing the passer penalty against the Knights as they roughed up Jalaba, so you can tack on 15 yards and an automatic Spartan first down, and what a huge penalty this is. So that'll move the ball all the way up
15 yards marked off, roughing
to the 13-yard line about.
13-yard line, 1st and 10, nothing.
So the first down and 10 for the Spartans. This is huge. If nothing else, they're at least in a field goal range to maybe attempt if they don't score. And now the ball's moved back to the 14. So we get the placement right. First down and 10 at the 14. So Jalaba leading his troops to the line of scrimmage. It is 2 wide receivers to the far side. 1 to the left. Zabala throws, passes, tipped, and caught. And Jalaba hurled the defender, but the ball got tipped back to him, so Jalaba passes it to himself after the ball gets tipped and actually gains a little bit. Keeps it from being a worse play than it was that are backed up to the 15-yard line, so it will be a loss of 1. So a second down and 11, but nonetheless, it keeps the clock going. So Jalaba to the line, Hamilton and Hall, the 2 setbacks. Handoff, it's Hall. Hall gets banged and still on his feet, pushing inside the 10-yard line. So a nice job by Hall, who was stopped near the line of scrimmage but kept his feet moving. Ended up picking some extra yards on the second effort. So it'll be 3rd down and 4 now for the Spartans.
3rd and 4.
So Jalaba now under center, dropping back, has time, throws it out in the flat, complete. Hamilton cutting up near the goal line, does pick up a Spartan first down as he's tackled at about the 1-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Spartans. So a nice drive by the Spartans as they took advantage of the good field position and an opportunity to drive, of course, that was aided by that big 15-yard roughing the passer penalty on 3rd down that the Knights allowed this drive to keep going. So it'll be, the ball's actually at the 3-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 3. Hamilton already has 3 touchdowns today. They give it to him again. He stretches through and is in. Brandon Hamilton with his 4th touchdown run this afternoon. Hats off to that young man as he's having himself a day. And it is 41-28. The Spartans increase their lead to 13, and if they make the extra point, it'll be a 2-touchdown lead. 5:54 to go in the game, and that might have just iced this ball game. And here's a chance to see the replay here as Hamilton again banging inside, getting those tough yards. So Michael Francisco now will kick off. Will try the extra point, then he will kick off. Snap, hold, kick is up, partially blocked. It is good. So Francisco able to barely get that kick away, but he does. So with 5:54 to go in the game, the Spartans increase their lead. 42-28, the Spartans lead. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMVT. There you see the score on your screen. The scoreboard, 42-28 Spartans with a huge lead with not much time left, just under 6 minutes to go. Francisco with kickoff, a high end-over-end kick. Be taken at the 5, up to the 10, 15, 20, and then drugged backwards is the return man Walker. So not very good field position to start this next drive, which is very, very crucial to the Knights, as they find themselves trailing by 14. So they give them forward progress up to the 20-yard line. First down and 10. So Dixon now with 4 wide receivers under center. Now sends Ivory out of the backfield in motion. Looks that way, throws. It is complete to Hawkins. Hawkins gets the first down as he crosses the 30-yard line. The officials will stop the clock.
Andrew Dixon's pass attempt to Ricky Hawkins is completely good for Menlo first down.
So it will be a first down. Ball will be spotted at about the 31-yard line.
Ball spotted on the 32-yard line. Menlo first and 10.
So first down and 10. Dixon comes to the line. 4 wide receivers. One back. Gives it to Ivory. Ivory breaks a tackle in the backfield, but then gets brought down by a couple of black jerseys as he crosses the 35-yard line. So it'll be a close pickup.
Leon Ivory taking the draw.
It'll be a 6-yard pickup.
62 Nico Lemak.
Second down and 5. Make that to about the 36-yard line. It will be a
36-yard line.
It will be a 4-yard pickup. So Hawkins in the shotgun. Drops back, has time, steps up again and gets driven down, sacked by number 62, Nikolai Lemak. So the Spartan defense pinning their ears back, knowing that the Knights have to throw the football. And they will try to do it now. Approaching the 4-minute mark of the go in the game.
3rd and 8.
Hawkins out of the shotgun, bobbles, has time, throws the ball over the middle of the field. It is caught by Bouvier, who gets drugged down by Washington. They will give him forward progress. It is a first down as they get close to Spartan territory. Near midfield was where the reception was made. So another 3rd down and long conversion by the Knights, as they are not going to go away quietly.
Number 6, Anthony Bouvier, brought down by Arthur Washington. Forward progress marks the ball.
So the ball is at the 50-yard line. First down and 10. They start winding the clock. They approach the 3.5-minute mark. Knights trail by 2 scores. 4 wide receivers, Dixon under center. Hawkins was going to go in motion. Now he's not. Now, or check that, that's Walker who was confused on whether he goes in motion. They try to give a quick handoff to Ivory, who breaks a couple of tackles at the initial line of scrimmage, crosses the 35-yard line, picks up another Knight first down. And so now the Knights try to change a pace a little bit, trying to run the ball, trying to get a quick score, knowing that they do get the clock stopped with every first down that they make. So the ball will be placed at the Spartan 35-yard line, first down and 10. Now they have a changeup. They have actually Bouvier in the backfield now at quarterback, not Dixon, and they give it to him, and he tries to run it right up the middle, and he gets stopped short of the first down, and now Mountain View trying to take the ball away.
Number Anthony Bouvier playing quarterback, wants to keep the ball.
But Bouvier keeps the ball on the quarterback keeper.
Tackled by Mark Hood.
Gets the ball up to the 30-yard line, a gain of 5. So Menlo is all sorts of trickery. We've seen him on a fake punt throw a touchdown pass. We've seen him throw a wide receiver throw a touchdown pass. And that time they try to run the wide receiver up the middle. Just under 2.5 minutes to go. Dixon throws deep down the far side. It is incomplete, just off the fingertips. And now a late flag comes in. This might be pass interference. The pass was intended for Hawkins once again. Shane Bunos was the man in coverage.
Andrew Dixon's pass attempt to Mark Boré is just incomplete. Depending on the play, and Shane Bunos pass interference called on Maltese.
So they'll mark off 15 yards. It will be a first down. They will move the ball up to the 15-yard line.
Ball marked off, placed on the 15-yard line on the first and 10.
So now a chance to pull within one score now. Do the Knights. Dixon back under center, drops back, has time, throws out in the flat, complete to Hawkins. Hawkins tries to turn upfield, but then gets pushed out of bounds.
Andrew Dixon's pass attempt to Ricky Hawkins is complete. Knocked out of bounds by Shane Bunos. Looks to be about a 5-yard completion, brings up 2nd and 5.
Say it again, John. So they're going to put 2:14 on the clock. So now we got the clock correct. Knights coming to the line of scrimmage. Second down. Dixon gets some pressure. The ball's loose. It's on the ground. And Hawkins is able to retrieve it as he got it stripped as he tried to go back and pass. So the Spartans almost got themselves a huge turnover there. So the clock will run under 2 minutes. Dixon trying to throw, gets hit as he throws. It harmlessly falls incomplete, fortunately for the Knights. But another nice defensive play by the Spartans. So it'll now be 4th down, as that was a 3rd down play. So 4th down and 5 for the Knights. So this could be the ball game. Minute 51 to go. Dixon under center, throws a wide receiver screen to Bouvier. Bouvier has it, trying to get himself to the sideline. He's knocked out of bounds. And he will have the first down as he's inside the 5. So that'll make it first down and goal. First down and goal, ball at the 3-yard line. Knights knocking at the door, trying to pull themselves within a touchdown. Dixon. Short drop again, throws a quick pass, complete, touchdown, Knights, again to Hawkins. A quick 3-yard strike, and just like that, the Knights are right back in it. They're only down 1 score. And we'll have a chance to see the replay here again, as you're going to see a short drop by Dixon. He's going to find Hawkins on a little slant pattern inside as he got inside his defender. And now we have a Mountain View player down on the field, so we'll take a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. 42-34 is our score. Mountain View leads. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMBT. Well, the Mountain View player is off the field now as the injury doesn't appear to be serious. He's walking out under his own power, which is good news. And so now Bouvier will attempt the extra point after the touchdown being scored by the Knights, and the extra point is up and no good. And that is huge because now they're going to have to go for a 2-point conversion if the Knights score again. So 42-34 is our score. Only a minute 42 to go. So it'll be interested to see if the Knights kick away and try to use all their timeouts, or if they try an onside kick. So a minute 42 to go. I know they have at least 2 timeouts. And so that's a huge, huge extra point miss by Bouvier. As there you have a chance to see James Sideby, the injured Mountain View player who was hurt on the last exchange. So we'll see what happens here on the kickoff. The Spartans are huddling up on their sideline. However, there's no huddling up on the sideline of the Knights, which would lead you to believe that maybe they're just going to kick off and try their chances with their defense. So Mountain View ready. Now they're going to get out of the huddle. Let's see what type of formation they come up with. It looks like they are indeed going to kick off. At least that's what it appears to be to start. Boyce will be doing the kickoff. And now they decide to have Bouvier kick it off, and he says a squib sit sideline kick off on sides, and it appears Menlo has the ball. And it is recovered by Menlo, and once again they tricked them. Boyce was going to kick off, then Bouvier kicked it off to the far side of the field, and Menlo keeping the ball as one of their up men comes up with the reception, with the recovery down the sideline. So the ball's at the 40-yard line, first down and 10. So a minute 42 to go. Don't go away. This is not over. But they do need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this game. Dixon out of the shotgun. Drops back, gets some pressure, throws the ball on the sideline, complete to Hawkins. Hawkins gets pushed out of bounds, but good enough for another Knight first down, as Ricky Hawkins is having himself quite an afternoon. He's got to be closing in on 10 receptions and over 100 yards easily. So ball be spot the 27-yard line, first down and 10. And now we have whistles blowing. Clock is stopped at a minute 36. Dixon out of the shotgun. The lone setback is Ivory. Now there's a man in motion. That's Walker. Snap. Dixon has it. Throws over to the near side, and it's incomplete into the hands of Bouvier. And so that'll bring it second down and 10. Only a minute and a half left to go in the game. Dixon now under center, dropping back, has time. Trying to run with it now as he comes up to the far side of the field and gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Andrew Dixon elects to keep the ball and run for yardage. Getting for about 4 yards, brings up third and 6.
So it's a third down and 6 now for the Knights. And they will obviously be going for, it's obviously 4 down territory right now, so they can get 2 plays to try to pick up 6 yards. We'll see what they come up with. So Dix don't come under center. 4 wide receivers. 1 setback. Dixon back to throw, has time, throws the ball over the middle for the end zone. It's caught, touchdown to Hawkins again. Ricky Hawkins has just torched the secondary of the Spartans this afternoon with another touchdown catch, his third of the afternoon. And a chance to see the replay here again as Hawkins trying to sit back, and here you'll have a chance to see it as he drops back, has plenty of time, good protection by the offensive line, and just on a slant pattern. So now with the missed extra point, this is going to force a 2-point conversion by the Knights with 1:20 to go in this contest. So Hawkins will go under center. Rolling out. Can't find anybody. Throws back, caught. 2-point conversion is good. And who do you think it is? It's Ricky Hawkins once again. And this game is all tied up at 42 apiece. Well, we went into halftime, tied at 21. And with a minute 20 to go, we're all tied at 42. 42-42. So if you like offense, folks, this is the game for you, as this is a lot of high scoring. However, the Spartans, with just about 6 minutes left in this game, had a 2-touchdown lead. And that has now evaporated with the offense of Menlo. So Menlo, of course, it helps with them recovering the onside kick. That was huge. And now we'll have to see what happens now with the Spartans. So the Spartans onto the field. You have Boyce, who we would assume would be doing the kickoff, but last time it was Bouvier on the onside kick. So we'll see who kicks away here. So we'll see, do they kick away or do they dare try to do another onside? I think they should be kicking away, you would hope. And they do. Boyce with a short end over end kick. It's going to be taken up at the 15 by Bunos, up to the 20, 25. Now trying to get a blocker, trying to run to the sideline. Heading upfield to 35, to the 40. Still on his feet. Finally stepped out of bounds near midfield. A nice return by Shane Bunos. So good field position for the Spartans to start. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 46, 47-yard line. And a chance to see the replay here is you're going to have a chance to see there's Bunos, who's going to catch it, get some nice jobs. Started running backwards for a little bit, but then got himself around the corner and used his speed to get up to the 46, 7-yard line. So the Spartans will come back. Live action. Jalaba under center. Jalaba dropping back, has time, throws to the far side. It is incomplete, intended for Campbell. Thrown just wide, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. Spartans trying to at least get themselves in a field goal range to try to win this game. 1:06 left. We could be facing overtime if the Spartans fail to mount a drive here. So it will be Jalava. So now it is Jalaba backing, throwing a deep ball. It is incomplete. Intended for Ford. So a good point made up by my producer where it might just end in a tie. We may not have overtime. Not quite sure what the high school rule is for it, but we might end in a tie. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it won't come to that. 1:02 to go, 3rd down and 10. $42 our score. Jalaba dropping back, getting some pressure, throws to the far side. It's incomplete, almost intercepted. Mountain View wants a flag, but they're not going to get one. And it will bring up 4th down. And now the Spartans will have to punt to not give the Knights a short field. Still time to go, 57 seconds to go. So it will be Francisco to kick off, or to punt, I'm sorry. Two men back to receive for the Knights. Nice punt by Francisco. It's going to go out of bounds near the 5-yard line. So a tremendous punt by Michael Francisco. And so it will be marked out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. That's where the Knights will have to begin. 51 seconds to go in the contest. So we'll see if they have one more drive left in them for at least a possible game-winning field goal. They do have some timeouts they can use to stop the clock, but it's all been Ricky Hawkins. In the first half, it was all Bouvier, but now it's Hawkins here in the second half. So Dixon now leading his troops onto the field. Hawkins, a receiver to the far side. Dixon under center with lone setback Ivory. They actually hand it off to Ivory. Ivory getting some running room, being brought down as he gets outside the 20-yard line. It will be a first down. There is an injury on the field, so the clock will stop. So an injury timeout in the field. We will take a timeout as well. 46 seconds to go. Don't go anywhere. We're tied at 42. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMBT. Back here at Spartan Field on the campus of Mountain View High School, where it is Ivory was the injured Knight who left. So they will resume play with 42 seconds and counting to go. And now the whistle stopped the officials' timeout. Maybe they didn't want the clock to start. Oh no, timeout. Timeout Mountain View. So another timeout, another break for us. Only 36 seconds to go. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMBT. Timeout is over with 36 seconds. It is Dixon, and now we got whistles before the snap and flags being thrown. So looks like this is going to back up. This might back up the Knights even longer as the officials are discussing. And the more you discuss, the more you'd have to think this is probably against the Knights. But it looks like they're talking to the Knights. So is this against Mountain View? Okay, so apparently a flag was thrown, but no flag. So we will hopefully resume play. First down and 10. Dixon under center. Drops back, a little shovel pass out to Mobach, who has some room, gets out of bounds after he gets close to first down yardage. That actually picked up some yards. So they're going to mark it, and it is going to be a first down. So first down for the Knights, just outside the 30 at the 31. 30 seconds to go in the game.
All placed in the 31. 30 seconds to go in the game.
So now they're looking, Knights looking to continue their drive. Dixon out of the shotgun. Gives a draw to Ivory. Ivory has running room, still with room, and trying to get himself out of bounds. And they stop the clock as he picks up the first down. And now looks like he didn't get out of bounds, but a timeout has been called by the Knights. 23 seconds to go. We're tied at 42. We will take another break. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMBT.
Just inside the 45-yard line. First and 10.
First down and 10 now for the Knights as they try to drive for the game-winning score with only 23 seconds left. Dixon is trying to step up in the pocket, and he gets sacked. Well, it might have picked up a yard. We'll have to see where they officially spot it, but it will be second down regardless. And we will have another timeout called by the Knights with 14 seconds to go, 42 all. Stay with us, be patient. We'll be back in just a moment here on KMBT. Second down and 10 now for the Knights. Dixon sending his man in motion. Dixon rolling out to his right. Another little shovel pass. It's complete to Ivory, who breaks the tackle, crosses midfield. He's to the 40, 35-30, 25, and being taken down inside the 30-yard line, close to the 25. He stays inbounds. The clock stops with the first down, sticks having to be moved. As soon as they place the ball, they can start it, and they could possibly try to attempt a long field goal with a spike.
24-yard line. 4 seconds left to go in the game.
They start the clock. It's hiked. It's spiked. And the clock will stop with 2 seconds left. So we will see now a field goal attempt. So we will now attempt a field goal attempt. It will be Bouvier, I believe, with the Dixon holding. They're going to spot it at the 32-yard. They're going to spot the 32, so it's going to be a 42-yard kick with Bouvier. Spot, kick. Kick is underway, and it is good. And this game is over on a game-winning 42-yard field goal by Bouvier. What a game. And the Knights are jumping up and down all over the field. The Mountain View Spartans have got to be stunned. They had this game in hand. 45-42 is your final score as the Knights come to Spartan Field and they win the shootout. And after all things to win it, a 42-yard field goal to win the ball game. It was an incredible game to watch, folks. It was an incredible game to call. Unfortunately, the Spartans on the short end of this one. Once again, the final score, the Menlo Knights 45, the Mountain View Spartans 42. Well, that'll do it from here. I want to thank Bobby Chastain for doing everything in the truck for us. I also want to thank our cameramen, Bill Snow, Fred DeCastro, and John Collins, who are doing a tremendous job. I want to thank the Mountain View Athletic Department and the Menlo Athletic Department for their support for this broadcast. If you would like to purchase a DVD or any VHS copy of any KMVT game, you want to go to our website, www.kmvt15.org, or call the telephone number that just was on your screen. For everyone here at KMVT, I'm Kevin Walker saying thanks for being with us. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Once again, your final score, Menlo 45, Mountain View 42. So long for Mountain View High School.